Hi, my name is Melissa Stallings. I'm with Stallings Insurance Agency, and today I wanted to tell you a little bit about Leadership Douglas and why I am a huge fan of the program and think everybody should apply for to be a participant for the class of 2019. I'm actually in the leadership class of 2018. I'm a current participant. And I want to start with a little story, if I could. So my husband and I moved to Douglasville in 2005, and he actually had a job here, but we were both born and raised from Roswell, Marietta area. We just fell in love with Douglasville and the community, and it fit perfect with his job as well. So we just kind of, planted seeds and started to grow roots here. So fell in love with the community. Well, soon after that, in 2006, I had a career change. I was commuting, and actually that's when I got into the insurance industry. I started with Liberty Mutual, and then in 2008, I started my agency. Going back, though, to 2005 is when Scott Powers, I think he was in Leadership Douglas class of 2003 or 4. So when the program was still fairly new, I guess, to the community, he kept telling me I needed to go through it, but I was thinking in the back of my mind, well, I'm starting my agency. And then soon after that, I had my first child in 2010. So I was like, well, I don't want to do it when I'm pregnant or nursing. But I didn't fully understand the time commitment with the program. I thought it was a lot more than it actually is. So I'll talk about that in a minute. So I had this in the back of my mind, every year when the application process came up, because we had been chamber members for a number of years, and I kept having the opportunity to apply and just kept putting it off for one excuse or another. Well, in 2016, I had a bunch of friends that moved out of my neighborhood and moved to Woodstock, Roswell, Marietta area. And so my husband and I started contemplating, well, should we move, and what are we chasing, and why do we love Douglasville? Why are we in Douglasville? We have businesses here and friends here, and the school system's great here. So we really prayed a lot about it, and I was really depressed, honestly, Halloween of 2016, because a lot of the traditions in my neighborhood were changing because so many people had moved away. So I really didn't want to take my precious children trick-or-treating, but I did. I rallied the troops, and what God really put on my mind that night when I met some new neighbors and really realized that I still do love Douglasville and love the people here is fall in love with Douglasville again. So I don't believe it was a coincidence, but a few months after that, of course, I got approached again to apply for Leadership Douglas, and what better way to fall in love with the community than to go through this program. So, and it was perfect timing. My children are a little bit older now, so I applied, and my application was accepted, and that is why I'm a participant of the class of 2018. So I have truly loved the program, and honestly, I told Sarah Ray a few weeks ago that I wish, I'd really listened to Scott and done it sooner. And she said, no, you've done it at the perfect time. One, in my life and in my career, but two, the program has evolved and changed so much since 2005 when we originally moved here that, it's really, I'm so glad that I'm going through it now after the evolution and as it continued to grow and improve every year. So some of my favorite things about the program is, one, the retreat. I've really learned a lot about myself as a leader, and that some of my strengths and weaknesses. One, I need to shut my mouth a lot and just listen to some of the other leaders in the community. And the other one was humility, that sometimes if you have an idea or present an idea to someone and someone else might get the credit for it, that's okay, that the idea was still used, and deep down that it might have been your idea, but you don't have to take credit or get recognition for it to still be a great idea and be used, whatever the platform might be. So that was what was really neat. The retreat was just amazing. It's a great time with people that you don't know, and other leaders, and just impacting different lives and really growing as an individual first. And then secondly, just knowing a lot about what goes on behind the scenes in the community, and you have a new respect for all the inner workings of what goes on in our community that we take for granted, from education to government to the Water and Sewer Authority to our, our health and wellness program. And, since I'm still kind of in the middle of the program, we still have a few other Leadership Douglas days. But if you're concerned about the time commitment, it's really, one, you have to be committed to it. Of course, it's a 100% commitment. But it's not something that's not doable. Like I said, I'm a mom of 3, a business owner, and I still have other little hobbies and things that I like to do, and it's definitely doable. And it's definitely something that you can do, pregnant, nursing, those sorts of things as well, if that's a hesitation as a female to you. But I have learned just so much about the community, and it's truly a fall in love with Douglasville. It fit perfectly with me falling in love with Douglasville again, and it's really showed me so much about the community that to make me appreciate my community so much more. And when people ask me, especially from my high school or my youth, why Douglasville? Why are you staying in Douglasville? Because we often try and get recruited back to Roswell Marietta area since we still have friends there. And I have so many more bullet points now to share with them about why our community is better than everybody else's, quite frankly. So I truly think you should apply. It's a wonderful program. If you have the interest in applying already, just apply. You can go to the Chamber's website to apply, and applications are due by March 15th, and I expect to see your application in the stack. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.